right, guys, so I have some more word problems, and guys, they're not as bad as you think, okay? So it says, Sinster Stan, he stole 3 3/4 ounce of slime from Messy Molly, but his evil plan requires 6 3/8 ounce of slime. He stole another 2 3/5 from Rude Ralph. So how much more slime will he need? So I know, and here's kind of my model, okay? He needs 6 3/8. And here's the deal. I already know that he stole 3 3/4 from Messy Molly. He stole 2 3/5 from Rude Ralph. So I want to know how much does he still need. So I'm going to add these two together, and then I'm going to be able to figure out and subtract how much more he needs. So I'm going to take 3 3/4, and I'm going to add 2 3/5. And right now I know my common denominator is going to be 20. So I'm going to multiply this by 5, and I'm going to multiply this by 4. And I can already tell that as I am doing this work that I'm going to have to figure out what these two numbers are, because it's going to be an improper fraction, because I have 5 and 27/20. So I actually need to 27 divided by 20, 1 minus 27/20. So he has 5, 6, and 7/20. Okay. So now what I know is that he needs 6 3/8, but he has 6 7/20. Okay, so automatically right now, guys, I know 6 minus 6 is going to be 0. I know that these two fractions are going to basically be equal, or not equal, but they're going to be something where I'm going to subtract and I'm not going to have to borrow. So if I look at 8 and 20, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of notice that 40, so if I have 8 and 20, when I count, I go 20, 40. I already know that 40 is that common denominator, okay? So I'm going to multiply this times 2, and I'm going to multiply this times 5. And I'm going to get 6 and 15/40, and I'm going to subtract 6 and 1/40. 6 minus 6 is going to be 0, but then 15 minus 14 is going to be 1/40. So he needs, oops, not 1/40. He needs 1/40 ounce of slime. So he almost had it, but not quite enough. Okay. So Gavin had 20 minutes to do 3 problem quiz. On problem number 1, so here's what we've got. We know that he's got a 3 problem quiz, and he needs to spend 20 minutes on it. Okay. That he spends 9 3/4 of a minute on problem 1. And on problem 2, he spends 3 4/5 of a minute. I want to know how much time he has left for problem 3. And on this one, it says to write my answer in minutes and seconds. Well, we already did that on number 1, so you guys should already know how to do this. So first, what I need to do is I need to figure out how much time he spent so far on those first 2 problems. And I'm going to add them up, 9 3/4 plus 3 4/5. I already know that my common denominator is going to be 20. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 and multiply this by, 4. I have 9 15/20 plus 3 16/20. Okay. If I add these up, I get 9 plus 3 is 12. 15 plus 16 is 31/20. Okay. So I'm going to take 31 divided by 20. 20 goes into 31 one time, and I get 1 11/20 left over. So I need to take this 1 and add it to 12. So I'm going to get 13, and then my leftover is 11/20. Okay, so I know that he spends 20 minutes, and he already has spent 13 11/20 of a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow, so I'm going to turn the 20 into a 19. And then because my fraction over here is already in 20ths, that one whole that I borrowed that I turn into a fraction is just going to be 20/20. So I'm going to subtract 13 and, and 11/20. So now I can subtract 19 minus 13 is going to be 6. 20 minus 11 is 9/20. Okay, so right now I know that he can spend 6 minutes, but I need to figure out this part right here in seconds. And I already know that seconds is 60 seconds are in a minute. So I just need to turn this denominator into 60. So to make that into 60, I'm going to multiply the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. Because no matter what I do to the numerator or the denominator, I have to do the same thing to the opposite one. So to turn that into 60, I need to multiply it by 3, and 9 times 3 is 27. So how many seconds can he have? He can spend 27 seconds. Okay, so that would be your answer.